had this thought because I've been watching a video of this guy, Psychology, and on the way back from work, right? And I forgot his name. I need to do his name justice. I'll put it in the description. But it just made something click in me because it's something that I've been realizing over the last few weeks. Yeah, this video is going to be so awkward because the phone's going to keep on falling. I understand. This is low-key like a podcast. Don't watch this with like the enjoyment of a video that's like well made and everything. This is uncut. This is phone falling off the dashboard. You know, don't worry about that. But the main point I'm making here is I had a big anxiety about my strategy being as rare as it is in terms of setups. The setups come not few and far between. I initially got into the setup because part of what stood out to me about the setup was the fact that there was potential for setups every day, and there is, but that doesn't mean there's actually going to be setups every day, which was what I thought would happen. You know, I thought there'd be multiple setups to be taken every day, and of course there are days where that can happen, but it varies. For example, when I was watching Cramson explain CCT and ICC, and I picked it up, I was like, oh. But what I didn't realize is that he takes a lot of the trades during Asia's session when I'm sleeping. And I don't know about any other people who live in England taking trades, but I'm not going to stay up just to take trades. Of course, there's still a decent amount of trades that happen during New York and London sessions when I'm actually awake. But it's just another thing to just think about, you know. And so, yeah, this is the main point I wanted to make in the video, and I want to document down for future's sake. A big anxiety that I've had since I've started actually becoming aware of my strategy and the fact that it's so not infrequent, but you need to wait for your setups. As with every strategy, you know, you need to wait for good quality setups. And with this strategy, when you have a good quality setup, you know, or you have a very decent idea and confidence that it's going to work out in your favor because because of the setup, because of the confidence you have in it. My issue and my problem was because I wasn't getting enough setups, especially during back testing, I find, and I was also getting frustrated during the live testing as well, as that I thought that this would happen forever. Like I wouldn't get the infrequency that I was feeling in trades would go on forever in terms of, oh my days, am I actually going to be doing one trade a month? Am I actually going to be doing like 1 or 2 trades every other week? How am I supposed to be sustainable? How am I supposed to do trades? How am I supposed to pass a funded challenge, you know, in a reasonable amount of time? And it all just comes down to impatience, doesn't it? Because there's no guarantee that that's going to be the case. You know, I was back testing and I'm in around May, June, July. And I think there was a month, I think it was May, that I did 4 trades in May, and I was like, oh, I can't imagine doing that in 2026 this year. And I was like, but it's not confirmed, man. It's not like there's no guarantee that that's the case. You know, I apologize if this video isn't really structured. You can't really tell what I'm getting at. I'm just blurting out thoughts. But I hope you can get. I hope you can see that I'm trying to break through this anxiety, this anxiousness that I have about the future in terms of how often I'll get setups, because I've come to realize that you truly just need to wait, man. Just be patient. Take it one trade at a time. Don't be thinking about, you know, when am I going to take the next trade, you know, right after I do a trade, whether that's a loss or a win, man. I feel like what I'd be doing is I'd get a trade, whether that was a win or a loss, in a back test. I'd be like, okay, next one should be sometime soon, but there's no guarantee in that, and I need to be okay with that, because the setups that I look for and the setups that I need to be disciplined for, to wait for, and to not cope and say, oh, this is a good enough setup, they come when they come. You know, there's no guarantee that it will be listen, it's not going to be every day, and it's not going to. It could be once or twice a month. But that's fine. Obviously, I'm still learning as well. So as I improve in my overall literacy of the market and my understanding of everything, I've already found that in that time, I've like since December till now, like late December till now, which is 22nd of January, 21st of January, I've already like been able to see more setups. So there's no guarantee that that won't continue to happen, and that it was just a case of my inexperience, which is I'll be able to see more setups as they come with experience, and actually be able to take them on in a way that actually does my strategy justice, in a way that's not actually coping. So that's just you know, I make most of these videos, these vlogs, to be like, for me to look back on in a 2 years, 3 years time, and be like, oh, that's how I was thinking back then. Because I just feel like it'll be fascinating, and also I just see it as a way to just journal as well, just blur out thoughts and just. Sorry, this guy ahead of me, I couldn't tell whether he wanted to go ahead, but just to blur out thoughts, man. That's just another thing. So just summarize, since I'm nearly back at my accommodation, I nearly just rear-ended the Land Rover that just went in. Trading journey over, guys. I have to pay this Land Rover back for the next 5 years, so I can't pay it into a funding account. But for real though, yeah, the main point of this video is just having patience, man. Just chilling out when it comes to trading. In terms of my impatience, that's it. That's where I want to get at. Impatience in the market, and impatience when it comes to setups for trades. Obviously, if it comes to like 6 or 7 months, if it comes to about 7 months from now, and I'm like still in a stage where I have a good understanding of my market, but I'm still at a stage where I'm like, hold on a second, I'm taking like 1 trade a month here. Then you get to a point. But I feel like that's so far away, and I don't feel like that's gonna happen with the strategy at all. Number one, based off of the progress that a lot of other people have made with the strategy, but number two, and the main point being with how much progress I've made in my understanding in the strategy, and how much I know I'll continue to make over the next few weeks and months. So, you know, who knows, by the time I actually go for the funded account, and God willing, end of March, I'll be good, man. You know, I'll be at a stage where I'll be able to have a good balance between knowing that good setups come, those Z grade setups, A+ grade setups come every once in a while, if I'm fortunate, and God is on my, He's always on my side, I don't want to say that, but if I'm fortunate, they'll come who knows, man, who knows, like every day, because I'll be only looking to take 1 trade a day, regardless of winning or losing. That would be ideal, because I'd be in a good spot, but it's all in God's hands, man, truly and honestly. And that's another point. I do believe that, you know, a big revelation I had towards the end of December was the reason why I couldn't see setups to take during that period was because, you know, the reason was because, you know, markets during those times, I don't know, there wasn't just opportunities for them. The market was moving really choppy, and so even if I tried, and even if I wanted to, there wouldn't have been sales. Another reason was because I was inexperienced. I feel like even if the markets were, and I could get into a whole nother 30-minute discussion about this, about the reason why I specifically got into trading at that time when markets were you know, doing, you know, choppy, and they weren't moving according to how it would, is because I feel like God knew that if I went into the markets then knowing a strategy and tried to if I tried getting into trading, and if I got a strategy in a time where I was inexperienced, but the markets were actually moving and actually giving me opportunities and setups, and I was failing because of my inexperience, I would have given up. Like, I would have been like, nah, this ain't for me. Knowing myself and God knowing me, I fully believe that if I got into trading at any other point in the year when the markets were moving, I would not have succeeded. I needed that time of frustration in December when I learned my strategy to be like, hold on a second, I don't know what's going on here. Why am I not getting any setups at all? You know, because that period I just gained a lot of experience in terms of I got a really hard lesson that time in terms of patience, having patience, and yeah, patience is key. Truly, I just need to continue having patience, and I still keep on finding points of myself where I could do with more patience. So that's really it, man. I don't know if anyone watching this can get any sort of understanding. You're probably watching this and being like, what the hell has this guy just waffled about for 10 minutes straight? But I hope this makes sense, and I've just arrived back at my accommodation now. So yeah, thank you.